Yo, what is happening, you Nap and Nuzleaf? Today, playing a game with Isaiah Bradner. Second place, Indiana Regionals, Arceus Beedrill deck. I played quite a bit with this deck over on the stream, and I've been loving it so far. It's been a ton of fun. I think I hit an 11-game win streak on the stream the other day, and I'll put some of those games up over on the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG too. So be sure to go check out the secondary YouTube channel if you want to see some more games with this deck. But yeah, the deck's been pretty sick so far. Definitely been enjoying it. This opening hand here is... we got some options here. It's pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and get a Sobble. Need to get down another Arceus. I'll give up a net here. Get an Arceus to attach to. Air Balloon is prized, but we do have a Scoop. Air Balloon being prized kind of stinks. That's one of our ways we could have looked to try and get into a Beedrill on the next turn. And that's what we want to do here to answer our opponent's initial Arceus of theirs. We want to answer it with Beedrill. Ball away the Dunsparce, get a Sobble. Okay, it's fine with me. All right, looking a little rough, but definitely doable. One pass over to my opponent. Let's see what they got cooking on their turn. Yeah, we can pull off an attack with an Arceus maybe, or yeah, try and get off that Beedrill is what we really want to do. We want to go Beedrill KO this Arceus V. It is a little bit of a tall order, I feel like, but definitely doable, especially if we don't burn our V-Star power before we get out the Beedrill, which we definitely could do. We could play the Ordinary Rod, recover the Arceus, bench an Arceus, Drizzile, grab ourselves that Mustard card, put a B in play, and then just if we get an out to an Arceus V-Star off of the Mustard, those 5 cards, that could find us the Grass Energy plus Scoop Up Net to be able to get into the B to get this one-hit KO on this Arceus V on the next turn. Adventurous Discovery coming down from my opponent. I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign. It feels like a bad sign because it feels like Duraludon is on the way, and I really don't like Duraludon. It's a pretty tough card for us to deal with, to be honest. We're gonna try here, but that is pretty tough. Now, there's one thing that, I don't even know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. They actually won't be KOing my active Arceus here. That means, because Duraludon does not play any way to KO my active. Now we actually just can't Mustard and KO this turn. It's impossible. Like, I was worried about getting my active getting KO'd here, but they are playing Duraludon, which literally just can't KO Arceus V. They just can't do it. So now we're just kind of stuck. I could like Charon's Care, I guess, plus DTE attack. That's fine, I guess. And then look for the... but I want to Mustard this thing. I don't want to Charon's Care my Arceus. I just just kind of go and set up Arceuses now. Like, this is just awkward. This is super awkward. This is super awkward. I guess that's what we kind of got to do. Trying to think like something else to do here, but there's really nothing else to make happen. So I'm gonna go with... I think I'm gonna go with Drizzile here. Grab this, and we could grab Charon's Care, DTE, and just kind of hold the Ultra Ball. I don't mind that. Charon's Care is here, DTE is here. Okay. I mean, this is the way it's got to be. This is the way it's got to be. Just got to play to our outs. Charon's Care, DTE. And we'll hold the Ultra Ball for next turn to have a different option through a Drizzile or something. Send this one up. That is our Charon's Care down. Now we do play a Palpad. Could potentially get that cooking at some point. And we do need to set up this triple basic energy Arceus as well, because I'm hitting into these Duraludons. Can't really do it with the special energy. There's no Path to the Peak in this deck as well. There's no Path to the Peak at all, so we're not going to be doing any Path to the Peak in to get through that ability of the Duraludon. I actually forget what the name of the Duraludon's ability is. So we're really hoping to pull off some kind of one-hit KO on this Arceus this turn. It also would have taken away my opponent's Starbirth ability, which they didn't kind of prep for, the potential of it getting knocked out, which we definitely could have done if our Air Balloon wasn't prized. I mean, that's why it's so important to check your prize cards, because we knew the Air Balloon was prized. We'd be like, okay, can't make it happen, go a different route, kind of play into it like this, which still kind of leaves us in a pretty awkward situation, but at least we didn't play into something that was impossible to make work. So at least we had that kind of going for us, but still in a really tough spot here, and definitely going to be looking to find, you know, that Palpad, so we can try and use Charon's Care again at some point. Crushing Hammer from my opponent. Energy off of either of them is pretty annoying, to be honest. They go with the bench, though, and then a hit with a Trinity Nova. So we're going to be looking for another Shady Dealings here. And then probably looking to set up a B. Maybe we don't go with a B in this matchup. Depends if they ever put a DTE on either of them. But then maybe that's when we bring the B out. I could try and go in with a B ahead of time. I just get a B set up and have it as a, you know, the potential of it, I guess, is going to be the goal here. So our Palpad is prized. We could try and attack with like 3 1-prizers, I guess, to try and slow the game down a little bit. But I think just trying to set up more Arceus is going to be the move here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Mustard. Like I said, the potential, just having the B out there seems correct to have the option of it. Could just go for a research, but it's going to get harder and harder to potentially use Mustards the later the game goes. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and set up the option of it. Will this backfire? I hope not. Going to put one more Arceus V in the deck because we might need that later on to do some Charon's Care loop in. And then, of course, get back the Grass Energy. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and let's Mustard out a B. May as well have the option of it. Maybe they back load up a DTE at some point on one of them or something like that. The rest of the hand is very subpar. And makes things a little bit awkward here. I kind of have to reset a Drizzile to have an option next turn to attack with, which that's not, or to like do something with, so that's not good. But we kind of got to do it. And then I could throw down a Grass Energy here on this Arceus, which I think is okay. And then I'm really hoping my opponent does not have Boss KO this Arceus, because if they have Boss KO this Arceus, I almost feel like I just lose. So please, opponent, do not have Boss KO my bench Arceus. And the main reason I actually want to attach this Grass Energy now is because if we do pull an energy off the prize cards like we did, we'll have it be able to attach it to the next Arceus there. Nope, just the G-Max Pulverization. All right, we're still in it. Like I said, we're in a tough spot for sure, but still in it nonetheless. Gonna go ahead and send up the Arceus V here. Hopefully find a V-Star. Actually, we have the Ultra Ball, so that should be able to guarantee the V-Star. The Big Charm for the benched V is great as well. I do have to be able to Ultra Ball here. I might just have to give up this Choice Belt actually instead. I was about to attach it, but I think actually getting rid of it makes a little bit more sense. We need this V-Max, or V-Star, excuse me. I'll attach to my bench here. I could get out another B, but I think I'd rather leave that bench space open for a Sobble, and I'd like to see some more cards off of something like a Research. More options on the following turn. Hopefully not drawing into my basic energy. Didn't draw into the basic energy. Level Ball for a Sobble, not the Manaphy. One basic Grass in there. We do have Training Quartz as well, which we'll want to probably try and find off the Drizzile eventually. But I think we're out of Scoop Up. No, we are out of Scoop Up Net. So we are like, I got very few resources left. We do want to try and attack with a 1-prizer at some point. We did lose our Choice Belt, which actually really helps our math with attacking with a 1-prize Pokemon. So losing that Choice Belt actually felt pretty bad. I maybe should have just risked having to draw the Arceus off of something instead. A Crushing Hammer off the Skyla from my opponent. Let's see if it works for them. They're going with it too. It is a Tails, so love to see that. I might try to make my opponent work for their knockouts a little bit harder as well. I might go like DTE Retreat and then get that Training Court. I actually think we might be able to pull this one off. It's actually looking pretty good. Go with the Inteleon. Grab the Training Court. And then, I mean, there's just nothing left here. Gonna grab the Ultra Ball to have the option of the Drizzile. Leave the Evolution Incense in the deck because my hand has plenty of cards I'm not a huge fan of. Like, plenty of cards to discard, but if we get, like, Marnied... Oh, no, if I attach... No, I can't retreat now. I was like, for some reason, I thought I could retreat. I don't even know what I was thinking, to be honest. Training Court down. Trinity Nova. Let's just go with that. I don't know what I was thinking there. I actually just realized our Zigzagoon is prized as well. Air Balloon. Palpad for a Charon's Care, potentially. It's going to be way harder to Charon's Care loop. Now our Zigzagoon is still... I think we're just trying to go with the 2 KO with this Arceus. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, like, retreating and... Like, I don't know what I was trying to put together there, to be honest. A lot of energy on the active Duraludon. The one card I am kind of scared of here is Hyper Potion at this point. Hyper Potion could be a card that my opponent definitely plays and would make things definitely very awkward for us to have to deal with. So I think I'm going to go with an attack with this Arceus first. And then I'll load up the Inteleon with the Raihan. And then I'll have the option to get into... the option to go, like, Charon's Care, pick this up. And then go attack with the Inteleon. Palpad the Raihan back in, and then reuse... Well, I guess I'd have to Raihan and then Palpad back in the Raihan and the Charon's Care. But I think that's fine. Oh my gosh, they actually bench a Duraludon. It's got 220, though. But Boss is an option here now. And I kind of like the Boss option. Because they can't heal this Duraludon. They can't heal that Duraludon. And also, to be honest... Well, no, my Zigzagoon... Wouldn't make a difference here. So I think I'm going for the boss route here now. I think we're just looking for the boss. I don't feel like there's a better line to go with. I'm actually even be really aggressive here with like thinning out the deck. The second boss is in the deck. Evolution Incense, Drizzile are there as well. Ultra Ball away these two. So if we get Marnie, there's a good chance we draw into the boss. And if my opponent's got something crazy that kind of throws everything out of whack, oh well. It happens. How many Crushing Hammer do they have left? They have one. So if they Marnie plus Crushing Hammer, I wouldn't be able to attack with my Arceus. So I'm going to get an energy here. Throw that on and replace the stadium. They could do that. But we do have the other stadium in the deck, so it's probably pretty unlikely. Palpat to throw back in the boss and the Charon's Care. Charon's Care I didn't have to take there. I maybe shouldn't have, to be honest, but we went with it. Trinity Nova now for the 200. See if this is the game losing mistake here from my opponent. I think it is. I don't know. They look like they were in a pretty good spot with the solo Duraludon. I'm kind of like expecting the hyper potions from my opponent. We didn't see them. Oh no, I don't have a boss in my hand. Oh my gosh. I have definitely just messed this up entirely. I don't have a boss in my hand now. I don't know what I was thinking there. Now I have to top deck boss or Drizzile or Evolution Incense. We got some outs. We definitely have some outs. And it looks like my opponent might not have a way to move their active Duraludon. Another Adventurous Discovery come down. They got a Skyla, which would make me think that they would have a switch card to be able to move the active Duraludon, but maybe they don't. And we're just going to be able to walk away with the win here because this thing is just trapped in the active. There's an escape rope. Okay, so they don't get to hit my Duraludon, which is a pretty big deal. I guess I can just kind of give up the Drizzile here because I don't have any way to utilize the Drizzile anymore at this point. So I'm going to give up the Drizzile here. And then we have to top deck. I have to top deck boss now because I used all of my outs for boss. And now I don't have an out to boss. I was like, I'm going to thin out my deck. It's going to be great. Thinking a little bit too far ahead about Marnie, I guess. And I completely forgot about, you know, the situation at hand, which is, you know, I still have to be able to boss this if it gets to the bench. All right, Arceus up. See if there's a boss for us on the other side. There's the Drizzile, though. I was never worried about it. I was never worried. We're going to be able to close this game out. Punish my opponent's mistake here. I think it would have been... We could have taken a really cool route. Had my opponent not benched this, there was a much more intricate, cooler route to have potentially taken. But mistake from my opponent. And you may as well punish your opponent when you have the chance. But we could have done some weird Raihan into Charon's Care into Raihan type play, which could have led to a really cool outcome potentially. So unfortunately didn't get to show that to you guys, but still managed to take the dub in the end. And that's going to be the game with Isaiah Bradner's Arceus Beedrill Inteleon deck. I think the deck's pretty good. It's pretty solid. It does kind of feel like, I hate to say it, but kind of just another Arceus deck. All the Arceus decks are solid because Arceus is just so strong that, you know, if you combo it with anything that gives you a solid option, something like the Beedrill or the Baby Moltres or whatever, just kind of gives you another option to win games that your opponent all of a sudden has to play around. And it almost feels like they all kind of come to the same kind of, you know, they're all just as powerful as the next Arceus deck, but this one is definitely something different than just playing Baby Moltres over and over again. So I definitely recommend you guys try it out. I'll catch y'all in the next one.